See it in the glasses, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone, good afternoon and welcome to today's live SEO Q&A session with me and Mr. Chris Palmer. And we are sponsored by Press Releases by 38 Digital Market, which you can see above Chris's fingers there. The link is also below. The man himself is already in the room. Randy, the news guy, if you haven't heard of him. So do check that out if you want some decent deliverables, brand awareness, and all the other benefits that come from digital PR. So check that out using the link below. And good to see you, as always, Randy. Anyway, he has been a regular on here for many years. Yeah, from the starting days, I think Randy has been kicking around. So, yes, long time listener to the session. So, Chris actually just said that as well, Randy. Believe it or not, this is actually supposed to be a 5-star hotel.
We're just talking about that.
Yeah, there's Mark McShane as well. Mark McShane is in Barcelona with me. He is staying in the same hotel. Yeah, but Mark's not good for buying a beer. You ever get, Chris, when you go out with a bunch of guys and there's always someone who never buys a beer?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
That guy is Mark McShane.
Is that Mark? You're that guy, Mark. That's okay. But he's probably has had a lot to drink, though, right?
Yeah, he's had a lot to drink, so he's taken full advantage of my good nature, shall we say. I know he's going to be angry when I say that, but hey, it's true. The truth hurts, Mark. Honey is also here, another regular. We are both well. Well, I certainly am anyway. And I'm sure Chris is as well. Got his new haircut and all that stuff. So he's looking well.
Thanks.
Muhammad Asif, very well. Thank you, Muhammad. Good to see you. Good to see Taylor as well. Taylor, any questions we want to answer? So please do put your questions over in the live chat and we will go through them as fast as we possibly can. We like to just go boom, 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 boom. But before we do, Dirk is here as well. Dirk is another regular, but I can't do anything else. We can't answer any questions until I promote digitalunfiltered.com. We're about 5-6 weeks away from the event in Vegas. We have rooms available for £99 per night. You have to go through the website, sign up, grab a ticket, book your room, and get involved. 22nd to the 24th of August in Vegas, Caesars Palace. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers, so check out Digital Unfiltered. I don't want Andy kicking my ass. Beer money, Mark. Thanks, Randy. Randy, you now know he's going to hold me to buying him that beer. He's
for money for Mark.
His money. Money for Mark. Razul, good to see you as well. But we have our first question from Muhammad. I want to run an agency in the USA, specific city. So how I can run and which steps should I consider? So Muhammad, would I be right in making the assumption that you're not from the USA and you're trying to pick up local clients in New York? Is that what you're asking, or wherever? Is that the kind of goal? Let me know, and that we can dig a little bit deeper into it, because I'm based in the UK. I've worked with many US clients. I understand why you would target the US, but my concern is why a specific city.
Why a city?
Why New York and not like a whole bunch of cities? So let us know that. Your expertise is in the SEO field. It's
It's, man, you need to learn a lot more nowadays. you gotta know how to put the social together, run the ads, run the LSA, content, a little bit of design. You got to have a lot of the pieces. Just SEO, that's good, but that's not enough no, it's just not enough. keep learning. I have to, so you have to too.
Dean Davies, thank you for sending that video, Dean. It does look super cool. I haven't ignored you. I will get back to you. I'm just in Barcelona this week. Did Dean send it to you as well, Chris?
I don't believe so, no.
So he has the funnel estimator. Looks quite interesting. He's not shown it publicly. I'm not going to say too much, but it was an interesting concept, and I'm not actually sure what Dean's goal is with it. If that's something he's going to shove out there publicly, imminently, or it's still got work to go on with it or whatever. Not so sure, but it certainly offers you a better idea of the value that you get out of SEO. So interesting, and I think people like that kind of figure thrown at them. I think a lot of business owners can relate to it. So I think you've definitely got something solid there, Dean, for sure. But I will talk to you privately. I don't want to say too much, so I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, because I know it's your own private thing that you said you've not shown to too many people. So
where do I see it at?
you sent me a video on Facebook, and we will talk further, Dean. Mukesh, does a subdomain rank similar to a main domain, Mukesh? Chris, what's the best answer to that?
It can, if you put in the work like you did on the main domain. So, I mean, it's still another asset. So you have to treat it as such. Sometimes it has a slight advantage depending on the keyword that you put in the subdomain. But, there's drawbacks too. So can it rank? Definitely. Will it rank? Of course. But there's still a lot of work. It's not like magic. So plus, as you start to build out more, it seems like they're less and less potent. Like if I'm going after a primary keyword and then I want to hit all the variations, it's like Google's like, nope, just this one, buddy. So
but also remember, it's not going to get the same power as the main domain name. A lot of people make that assumption. You do have to work hard at it, so it's not automatically just going to be past power because of the main domain name. Beauty, says someone on Facebook. Not sure if that's aimed at you or me, Chris. You can be Beauty and I'll be the Beast. Go with that. Mustafi, Chris Palmer, good guys. He is a good guy. He's not a bad lad at all. Vinayak, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Feed URLs keep on coming into Google Search Console pages under alternate page with proper canonical tag. What should I do to prevent Google from crawling it? I don't want to compromise my crawl budget and divert as much attention to other pages as possible.
With proper canonical tag, what should I do to prevent Google from crawling it? Are those pages a necessity? And have you tried blocking them? I mean, other than trying to block them or totally eradicate them, like, do they serve a purpose? Do you need them? And why do you have more than one? So give me a little bit more information there, Mr. Bonzal.
Give us more.
Give us more.
Dean says he'll send you the message. Remember me after this show. I've got something to ask you for Holly Starks.
Okay.
And I just remembered there, just came into my head. Have you guys ever considered cold calling? Chris, you ever considered it, or have you done it?
I've considered it a lot, and I've definitely had to do it. I don't know if it's the best. I mean, it's effective. 1 out of 100, maybe 1 out of 200, depending on who's doing it. You might get an answer. I prefer a warm of some sort, or maybe even the text messaging. Or I really like the automated systems that I'm seeing guys using. They're picking up a lot of Google businesses doing that. Just like robocalling people saying, hey, you're not verified. Yep. So that's that.
That is that. Cold calling, though, I think, is becoming more difficult. I think just the way the world's went. People hate a spam phone call, don't they? I don't answer numbers that I don't know. So,
somebody got me the other day, though. They made it say Google.
Right.
So I answered. I'm like, oh, yes. Like, what's this? Verification or something? And they're like, oh, hey, we noticed your profile, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, got me. Son of a gun. Got me. They got me.
Oh, man. No problem at all. Mukesh, and any other questions, please do ask. He's got a second one, though. WordPress has tags. These tags are like word clouds, and they get made automatically. Do they have any ranking benefits to each blog post? I would say do not use them. They don't get added automatically. Well, certainly not as far as I'm aware. What happens here is if you add a tag, it creates another URL. So it will have the little tag thing, and so it creates a duplicate URL of the same fucking thing. So I avoid using tags that I don't see any value or benefit in using them from an SEO perspective. So I do not use them at all. Strictly, that's a rule. Do not fucking use them. But Chris, what's your input?
Yeah, ditch the tags. It's simply just a checkbox. I think it's under settings, or it's very easy to turn off. I'm not a big fan of it. It's internal link and stuff that shouldn't be. It's auto. It's creating, like you just said, it has its own page that's nothing. No, I'm good. Turn that off. There's no use. I hate it, actually.
Yeah, it's not a good function. Mukesh, great to see you in Affiliate World. I'm actually at Affiliate World Barcelona right now, Mukesh. But nice to see you in Dubai. I am back here again in Barcelona just now, going to the party straight after this. So
nice.
There you go. Muhammad gave Vinayak some tips on the go to robot text file and disallow /feed. Dean Davis is laughing. I don't know if this is a question, but I'm going to take it as a question. What's the difference between an RSS feed and an Atom feed?
Isn't it the structure? I think they're both pretty much the same exact thing. It's just the structuring, the XML structuring or something. I think it's just the way the feed is laid out, but they're essentially the same thing. And then that answer too, I think I saw, like, that's what I was getting at. Like, did you block it in robots? That's pretty much what I would have did. I think it was Mohammed that asked that.
Yeah. Oh no, Vinayak, it was.
Yeah, that's right.
Mohammed answered it.
Yep.
Chet Thornbury, do you guys still create proposals when you get a qualified SEO client lead? He did come back and spell lead.
Like a media kit. It depends on the client. It depends on who it is, what it is. Some clients expect to see a media kit of sorts. What you've done in the past, how you can help them, a proposal, projections. So it depends on who it is. Like if it's a plastic surgeon or a law firm, yes. If it's like a roofer or something, not usually. Not usually.
Dean is asking, is there a way to know what industries benefit most from SEO? Why did Chris choose law? That sounds very hard. So we'll go to the second question first. Why did you choose law?
Law and real estate. Why?
Yeah.
I just know they just seem to consistently come from very hard places. and I was able to find success. I just know it. I know it. So that's why, yeah, they were coming early on, and I didn't realize, like, I don't know. I didn't realize what other law firm agencies were charging. Like, I didn't realize the value is so intense. So I was working with other guys, like trademark guys, smaller stuff, like divorce stuff. I didn't realize the value. So yeah, it's super difficult, but it's worth it. It can be.
And is there a way to know what industries benefit the most from SEO? Have you ever tried to figure that out, looking at large data sets and going, right, this industry is the best? Or is that too difficult?
No, for me it's like, you get clients over the course of time and you do work, and it's like, you could do law and you'll do really well in big cities, but then you'll have a water restoration company come, and it's like, you're like floundering, and you're like, I don't get it. This is a small town. Like, it's crazy. So I judge mine based off past performance. Was it beneficial? Yes or no? Did they increase calls? Did they increase leads, form fills? That's how I gauge it from past work. That's it. But how would you go about yanking that data?
I mean, I know you'd need to get a data scientist. You're going to have to buy a large set of data from somewhere. I know that niche website builders who done a lot of niche websites, I can't remember exactly, but I used to do a live show with them every week, and they pulled like 5,000 websites, and they said something crazy. Like, now, this isn't the best niche in the world. It was more best affiliate niche. And it was something ridiculous, like pets or something, based on the 5,000 websites that they'd, or it wasn't 5,000, but can't remember the exact number, but they looked at a clump of data. But again, it's too impossible. How the hell would you be able to do that across every industry in the world? I've had guys that have literally fallen off the chair sitting next to who've said they turn over X, Y, and Z in a particular niche, and I'm like, really? Like, what the fuck? Like something like plant pots, where you're like, that's not possible. And this was many years ago. The guy sold so many different types of plant pots, and he just done sheer volume, and it was it was beggar's belief. So it worked.
Volume.
So I'm no longer surprised now in terms of what works. But I think also I used to find myself working in a lot of in the dental niche quite a lot. And like you said, Chris, it just seemed dental guys kept coming to me, and I'd done well with a couple, and before you knew it, I had 5 or 6 guys on the go, and they paid well, and it was a lucrative market. So I stuck to that for a number of years. And I would always say to people, think high ticket items, dental, lawyers, professional people is what I would try and stick to, just because from an SEO guy's perspective, that's the type of people you want to deal with as professionals.
I really like plastic surgery, but it's quite tough. More picky, but yeah. I think that's it right there. It's like you find success, you learn it because you're in their business like all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to go learn about being an electrician now? Like, I don't know. I'll stick with this law,
It's just
law,
easier, right?
real estate.
The keywords, everything, the terminology.
Absolutely. I like real estate too. It's really, it's a toss up, they're both pretty fun. I really like that market. The mobile home market is pretty cool. The planes, it's pretty interesting.
Well, selling them, buying and selling them.
Yep, buying and selling. Not me buying and selling.
No, but someone's buying and selling them.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. People like investors are looking to buy and then resell for sure.
I don't want to dig too much into your niche or give too much information away, but what are we talking here? Like, what does a plane cost to buy? Like, let's say someone desperate for money. What we're talking, like $1 million? What's the entry level?
Or level, or less, far less. Yeah,
far less.
Yeah, it can be far less. Absolutely. Yeah.
What, like 100K for a plane?
250, 350. I would say that's a smaller plane, smaller engine plane for sure.
So let's say I've got 250. Invest in a plane. What's the value? Just making that plane better, just cleaning it up, refurbishing it, and then flipping it on, or what?
Well, maybe not even doing that, just flipping it on. You know, you're willing to sit on the money longer than the next guy. So just like the house market, like people want to sell now. Okay, well here's the cash offer price right now.
Yeah.
Same thing with a plane.
So yeah, you get it for 70 or 80% of the value, whatever.
That's it.
Nice. Interesting. Anyway, hello Simon Hogbin. Sorry that comment was up for so long. Good to see you as well, mate. Chris Boland, any tips for ranking multiple local landing pages, exactly the same service but with different locations? Does Google prefer the locations to be near each other, or can I take over the world?
You can take over the world if you have a large enough budget and enough patience and enough time. Budget, time, and patience are probably the three ingredients that you need the most. And then as far as them being next to each other, that's almost, it's irrelevant. Like Google is global, like they don't care. You can have pages here, it doesn't matter. As far as them being the same exact page, same service, you know, that's where you need to get some variance. And sometimes too, like it might be, you know, like for instance, we'll say the lawyer, then there's lawyers, attorney, and attorneys. Like you might need to make different variants for each SERP. So it could be the exact same page, but you're varying the page, right? And then on top of that, you need to vary the meta information as well. That could be schema, that could be meta keywords, anchor text, images. There needs to be a difference in the source in order to really pull it off and have a high indexation rate. Maybe not indexation, to stay indexed, I should say. That's the problem. Keeping the pages indexed. That's torture. That's torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mukesh, with AI content and too much content, how to be careful not to be in the wrong side of Google rankings? So is AI going to cause us to get the wrong side of Google?
I think if you're thoughtful enough with the approach and the information has been geared towards the user, I hate to this is even uttering my lips, but it has to have a unique pitch. It has to be unique enough or a different angle in order not to have trouble, at least as of now. That's what I'm seeing. So like if you're just taking it and slapping it up, yeah, that's probably going to cause trouble, you know, but as long as you're taking your time with it, you're optimizing it, you have a unique approach or proposition within the article or the piece of content, you can still find success with AI. There's no doubt. I see lots of people, tons, too many, that are finding great success and they're just cranking it out. And, you know, and then too, that I talk to people that have smaller websites, like 50 to 250 pages. And like, they're so used to crafting each page. Like I noticed with the AI, it's throw it up. What's Google reward? Okay. Throw it up. What's Google reward? Okay. Like, you know, like every month it's like a cycle. Yeah. So don't get hung up on the pages. Like just keep cranking them out. That's it.
Muhammad, which type of keyword should I target if I rank an SEO field agency in New York? So let's say SEO New York. I want to actually dig a bit deeper into this question because I have had this debate for many years for the likes of SEO Glasgow. Who actually fucking searches for that?
Nobody.
Other SEOs. You're fighting with other people on their ego. It's all the clicks that these guys are searching for. It brings little to no leads ranking for SEO because the chances are the people searching for you don't really know what SEO is. They might not even call it SEO. It might be marketing, it might be internet marketing, it might be digital marketing. So probably anything other than SEO would be the correct choice. But Chris, is there a particular word that you feel is best?
Well, it's not a word, but I would niche down. Like the only reason you want those particular, like New York SEO or Expert or Los Angeles or Houston, you want those to showcase, hey, I went against all the best in the hardest city and I was able to hit top 3 or number 1, right? You don't generate any leads. I sat at number 1 for New York SEO Expert until I was like, dude, it's not generating any leads. Dude, I was on top 3, top 5 in Los Angeles, Houston. I assure you those SEO terms, they don't produce leads like that. What I would definitely suggest that you do is pick a niche, something that you're comfortable with, something that you know, like when the business owner talks to you, they know that you've done this before. Like you're talking their language, right? Like you know everything about it. Niche down and be that SEO person for that, or digital marketing for that, consultant for that, electrician, law firm, pick one. The volume might be low, but that doesn't matter. Even if the volume's 10, those 10 people are buyers.
Yeah.
So it's not a volume, it's quality for sure. So hopefully that helps you. Pick a niche, double down on it, and then hit all the angles. And what I mean by that is if you want the head term to be agency, like, I don't know, electrician SEO agency. Okay. But now you can do electrician SEO consulting, electrician SEO tools, electrician SEO, right? Do them all. And then you can do marketing. Then you can do social, then like stack on top of it. Then you want to do ads. Be the guy or gal for that. That's the best approach that I have found. And separate those assets because Google will pick a winner. Like if you combine everything into one site, Google, it'll just torture you. So pick it, like gear the site around just law or just electrician or just real estate or just, and yes, and don't show it on YouTube. No more of that. I learned my lessons.
Mukesh has another question. So what are the top 2 or 3 ranking factors after EEAT? Is it still on page content and link building?
Well, I mean, those are pretty important. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if that's a factor per se. More of a factor would be more like link building would be referring IPs. That would be a factor. On page is having, primary keyword in the H1 or the title. That's a factor. Something else that you're missing though is clicks and traffic. So, if there's multiple results, when you first launch a page and Google will test you, like, are you able to generate a click and some relatively decent dwell time when you first launch that page? I think that's a factor for sure. Clicks, traffic, the amount of time they're on the site. Do they look for you? Are they looking for your brand? That's a factor for sure. Link building, of course, is important, but not as important as referring IPs and or the anchor text, the surrounding text, the page that it's on. The on page, we could go on for days about that. So I think you hit the nail on the head. You're just missing the traffic. That's all. And these are broad, very broad, right? Link building on page.
Yeah.
Very broad.
Shit, James. Chris, do you get a lot of leads from YouTube? I've posted mostly MMO videos, but would like to pivot to slightly more technical SEO tutorials.
I definitely get leads from YouTube. What you'll find with YouTube though is the clients that you're probably looking for generally aren't on YouTube looking for SEO tutorials. They'll stumble onto you from you're teaching them about marketing, or it's more high level stuff. Like doing SEO is very particular. It's because they're stumbling into you because they're looking for something else, So if you have more of a marketing approach, I think you'll do a lot better. Like if I was going to restart back over, I wouldn't just aim on SEO. I mean, that's what I'm the best at, and that's what I enjoy the most, me. But if you're trying to just generate money, like dollars, business, you want to have a little bit more of a wider net, in my opinion. Show more well-rounded, because people don't just want SEO. Not most of them don't. So hopefully that helps you.
Cool. Honey, how much population in a particular city to consider for decent leads for ranking rent models? So do you look at the population, Chris, of a place like, I don't know the figures in America, but I'm assuming if something's too small and it's only got 10,000 people staying there, surely that's too small an area for you to get good volume from, right?
Well, so we'll call it like Gen 1 and Gen 2 sites. So Gen 1 is 50K or better, right? And that's where we'll allocate a large sum of dollars. But on Gen 2 sites, we'll go after all the smaller areas in those particular states. So we want them all. But usually the cutoff for like the Gen 1 is 50K or higher. And then like Gen 2, like we'll do sloppier work, sloppier content, sloppier links. It's the 50 or lower.
Makes sense. Why plow a lot of money into something small like that? So makes perfect sense to think of it that way. Anything specific to focus on in 2013? There could be 1,000,001 things to focus on. Mukesh, build a personal brand, do more in LinkedIn, do some paid ads, do some CTR, like Chris said. There's so many things. We don't know what you don't know, so we can't really tell you to double down in something without knowing the ins and outs of your business. So is there any one thing in particular though, Chris, that you could say, go away and do this is working really well?
SEO, no, but I was going to boil what you just wrote there as something I'm trying to do myself. It's just that word focus, because other opportunities come and like usually, I'll chase, but man, I'm really trying to, proxies, PBN. That's it. That's it, Chris. Focus is key. Man, so difficult. But as far as SEO is concerned, what I would focus on is, well, everyone's out figuring out the way to use the newest AI. I'd be figuring out a way to scale out higher quality content faster. I think when everyone's going right, if you can go left, like everyone's using this and trying to make it look real. How about let's just try to get real that's cheap? That's what we've been aiming for. It's very difficult. But no, nothing's changed in the last year other than everything.
Keep doing what you're doing. Fingers crossed you get to where you need to be. Reason to Design, good to see you and hope you're well. Ollie, hey guys, on local SEO geo-tracking grids, we have two dots next to each other. One is position 2 and the other is position 12. How can you change? How can ranking change so much between 2 points on a map?
Because I made an API request at that second, at that moment, at that time. There also could be an error, and they were standing on a phone or whatever the user agent is at that second, standing in that spot. But if you're number 1 or number 2 or whatever you said, they're number 2 all around, and this one's 12, probably an error. But man, it could change. It's going to vary. That's like somebody standing at that longitude and latitude making a search, and it's kicking it back through the API. That's it.
Hopefully that answers your question, Ollie. Nerdy. Hope you're enjoying summer. Do you see speed loss with Cloudflare? Any alternatives that are also free for many websites? So is there a problem in terms of speed with Cloudflare, Chris? Does it slow it down? And if so, is there an alternative that's free?
Yeah, I mean, Cloudflare is a reverse proxy. I have yet to see that it slows it down. I mean, it's still going to hit that second, 700 milliseconds. I mean, it's usually pretty quick. As far as free opportunities, not that I can think of. I mean, you could use Git pages. I think Bunny has a free tier. JS Deliver has a free tier. There's a lot of other ways to serve your website that are complementary. Just go out there looking. You'll find them for sure.
Cool. NVDH. I currently have an SAB at a home address, hidden address, and planning on moving to an actual business location in order to show my new address, as it's a nightmare to rank an SAB. What the hell's an SAB?
Service area business.
Right.
They're hiding the address.
Yeah.
I would keep that home one though. Don't ditch it.
So you keep that and then do a second one with a new address.
100%, absolutely. Because they probably still get a mile. Maybe 2 miles around their business.
Yeah.
So, hey, one call is one call. You know what I mean?
And how much of an improvement can I expect? I would imagine significant if you are going to have two. Two's better than one. And if you do it properly, then it can be. It depends on your area and stuff, I guess. But
area, niche, who's around.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different factors. Like, where is it at? Where's it at? What's the niche? What's the topic? What's the building? Is there anybody there in that building doing what you're doing or similar? Yeah. I think there's a lot of little things, but as long as you do everything right consistently enough over a long enough time, you'll succeed.
Hopefully that helps you. NVDH, do the two, not the one. Getting an address, it's fucking hard. So why not? Why would you ditch that one?
Right.
Yeah, it's legit and all done. So leave it as it is. Chet says thank you, no problem. Chet, I hope it's Chet. Yeah, I hope I'm not saying that incorrectly. But Honey, does really leads come in with 90 keyword volume for a particular city, considering 4 to 5 high converting keywords with 90 keyword volume on each? Honey, 90 searches per month. Now, this depends on whether you're looking for a plumber or to buy a pencil or whatever, but in most cases, even 5 leads is going to be it could be substantial potential business for you. So would you snuff at something with a 90 keyword volume? Nah, not in particular. I think that's probably reasonable in a lot of cities, depending on the size of the city, of course. Certainly where I'm based in the UK, it's not as big as where Chris is in America. So we are looking at hundreds and sometimes even 90. There's even keywords that have 20 and 30 searches a month show up. Would I go after them? Of course. If it's a roofer, for example, a new roof from one lead could be worth 10 grand. So 90 keyword volume is not something I would be ignoring. But if there's other stuff out there, of course, I would be trying to go after that as well. But
run with it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Rafia, great to have you as well. BLV, hey Chris and Craig.
Hello.
How would you structure a site for local SEO?
Well, I made a video recently called, the picture says topical authority or topical something. I made a 3-part series related to siloing down your site. I go into depth there. That'll be perfect for you.
So just search for topical clustering Chris Palmer.
Yep, topical authority Chris Palmer. Exactly.
Topical authority Chris Palmer. Check that out. And anyone else, go and check his channel out anyway. Why not give it a little plug? He offers a lot of value to the community, as I'm sure you already know anyway, but we'll just reiterate that for anyone who doesn't know. So hopefully that video helps you. BLV Consultant, check that out. If he goes in depth, then you've got a better answer than you could have got here.
Yep.
So go deep. Ollie, started a new local SEO project, done citations for 3 months. Would you recommend more citations or link building such as local PR, guest posts, niche edits, etc.? Now, he goes on, and the reason I'm going to do this second part of the question is I think it's quite important. Sorry for another question, but for local, does pushing traffic to the CID URL help? Thank you so much. So overall, he's doing citations month on month on month. He's done that for the last 3 months. Is that the only thing that's going to help you rank in the map pack? So what are we talking about here, Ollie, first and foremost? Because for me, and I hope Chris agrees with me, the map pack is one thing. The local landing pages is separate. What ranks the map pack? Obviously, the NAP, the citations are going to help with that. Obviously, some traffic to that, which you potentially could send through the CID URL, but realistically, you don't need to go through the CID URL.
No.
Not natural looking. Now, people will tell you that that's the best thing to do and all that kind of stuff. Use the big long URL if you're sending traffic to it, the one that the person would fucking click on if they were going to it, not the CID URL. Because if you want a CID URL, you're going to have to use a plugin or a Chrome extension to grab that CID URL and all that kind of shit. So anyway, you want to be pushing it to the natural URL if you're going to send traffic through the GMB. But also you go on to ask about link building, such as local PR, guest posts, niche edits, blah, 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 blah. Send that stuff to your local landing pages for sure. That's definitely something I would get started with. But I think, the sending of traffic through your GMB, reviews, and all that kind of stuff are really important things to be doing. Don't just keep building citation after citation after citation. That is not going to help you. You've probably done more than enough already in the 3 months. I don't know what you've done, but I would be doing, for a shitty area, again, it depends on the area, I would be doing a citation blast, then I'd be doing a bunch of other stuff. And if I had to do some more citations, I potentially would. But Chris, anything to add to that?
Well, for maps, I mean, I think that you did your citations. Did you go and turn on some ads in maps yet? So I'd get some ads running. On top of that, we want to definitely get some PR out there: name, address, phone number, linking back. Optimize the profile. Are you on the directories, niche specific directories, county specific directories? Nah, you're on your way. Just keep running with that. But yeah, the citations, once you get your top, 30, 40, then you start going after the niche specific or location specific. And then I start looking for directories, data aggregation. But if you want to rank in maps, it's clicks, traffic. It's clicks and traffic. Clicks, traffic, and reviews. That's it.
Get on that, Ollie. And hopefully you'll get some success there.
Yep.
I'm sure you will. Eric, on average, it's taking longer to see ranking shifts in Google for new content created, backlinks supplied, etc. Is it common to see a site's DA going down in SEMrush metrics when creating new content and improving SEO for the website? So let's talk about the first thing first. Are we seeing it taking longer to see ranking shifts in Google?
Definitely. No doubt. It seems like it takes longer to get things seen, get things crawled, seen, indexed. It depends on the niche, I guess.
I'm seeing it in a lot of niches, Chris. A lot of this stuff's probably taken 6 weeks to get indexed and stuff like that. Like, 6 to 8 weeks at certain times. So I am seeing it taking a lot longer since AI has come about. And I understand that AI, people have rammed the internet to death full of new content. So, yeah, shit is just slowing down. So I do think things are taking longer to get indexed, including backlinks and everything else. Just, Google's server must be at burning point with all the SEOs doing their thing. So, yeah, I'm seeing that. But the next question: have you seen a site's DA going down when creating new content and improving SEO for the site? Have you ever seen something go backwards, Chris, in terms of DA?
I've seen it happen, but it's not common. It's not common. I mean, you're improving the amount of, you're adding stuff. There's also changes within the tools recently, Ahrefs and SEMrush. I've seen sites lose domain authority, but it's not common. Not usually. Not generally. No.
Yeah.
I would start taking a look at the internal linking, and then are you losing links? Take a look, like what are you losing stuff? Are you losing links? Because you're not losing age, so is it links? And then two, what's your internal linking looking like? Because Moz is funny, like you have to link in order to pass. So or they won't even count it. So check that out.
Hopefully that helps, Eric. Guys, we do have 15 minutes left. Keep your questions coming. I know, honey, it's one of my biggest downfalls is Coke. I try and stay off of it, but when I'm abroad, I've drunk water all day and it's hot. Sometimes I feel like I just need that sugar rush. I feel kind of shitty sometimes after just drinking so much water. So I need Coke. I drink a lot of Coke when I'm abroad. Well, not a lot, but yeah, it's I've got myself a little bottle there. So yeah, trying my best to stay off it, honey. Need to cut down the olds.
Nice cold Coke is good though.
Dude,
I love it.
It's
right?
literally like drugs. Like you just drink it and you're
like excited. Yeah.
I need another one. That
burn. Yeah. I love it. Do you like it canned better than a bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
A cold can. I've been having cold cans in the bar and stuff, so it's nothing beats
pleasure.
Yeah.
It could be worse though. You're drinking Coca-Cola. I mean, come on. Can't you live a little bit?
Yeah. Shh. I bloody told Randy. So here's the thing, Randy, right? I'm going to be honest with you. It's probably really unfair for me to take credit for Opus. It was actually Chris that told me about Opus. So I told Randy, and he's like, "Oh, this is fucking really good." I've got to give credit when it's due to Chris. Chris was the finder of that one, Randy. So I can't take all the credit, Randy.
It's freaking awesome, dude. I love it.
Well, it was literally like the same day you told me about it, and I was messing around with it, and then Randy he messaged me, and he's like, "What? Is there anything for these shots?" And I'm like, "Test this." He's like, "Dude, this is the shit." So yeah, it's good. But Dean, do you offer affiliate commission for bringing you business? Do you have a list of white label services to direct business your way? This is more so for Palmer. I only really do consultancy and stuff. Palmer has a whole bunch of stuff, but do you do white label, Chris?
It's all white label. Everything's white label. I mean, I have an agency too. I have more clients than maybe I should, but yeah, it's all white label, and I offer affiliate on everything. Every single thing. If you bring me a new person and we can work together, I'll pay on every single thing. And it's all tracked right in the dashboard.
Nice.
Because acquiring customers is hard. I'm willing to give up, depending on what the service is, I'm willing to, 12 to 20%, depending on what it is.
There you go, Dean. Palmer has it. ChrisPalmerMarketing.com, if you're not aware, Dean, but I'm sure you are, as someone who has been a regular in here. So check it out and see if there's anything you want to push Chris's way. And he can weigh you in. He even paid me out for promoting his course once. So, well, not once. He didn't pay me just once, but once upon a time when he had a course. I don't know if you still have or not, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that did well.
What do you use to track the affiliate stuff? What's that platform? Is it still the same one?
SPP.
Oh, is it SPP?
Yep. I was really close to switching, but like all the new VAs are built around that, so like they know it. We got the newer version now because I didn't realize there's so much more functionality. It's expensive, but if you pay the top tier, you get so much more functionality. Because like I was seeing big agencies, like how are they getting these custom forms and everything?
Yeah,
I figured that out. Yeah, it took me a year, but I figured it out. Yep.
It doesn't always pay to penny pinch, Chris.
I know it. Yeah.
And CP Wash Hands. Chris Boland, I'm working on my internal linking. Is there a tool that will show me the page authority of all the pages on my site? 99% of my backlinks come to my homepage, and I need to spread the authority.
So Screaming Frog has a really nice graphical interface where you can see the way the internal links flow. I use Sitebulb. I know a lot of guys in the group like Screaming Frog. Also, Ahrefs gives a really nice layout. Like you can see the drop down, like the external coming in then.
Yeah.
So to see where the flow is, and then it'll tell you each page. I like how they do that. I'm not sure if SEMrush does it that way. Do they?
No.
Not sure. Another thing I really wish, I love how SEMrush introduced that almost like the Majestic thing.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. But if they could just add the one feature of searching pages or backlinks for 404s, like, you know, Ahrefs on the top plan, if they could just add that one more thing, that would be.
Dude, it's probably not even a hard thing for SEMrush to add. They already have the fucking data. It's just integrating it into the system.
I ding them, Toby, Tyler, Stephanie, anybody that I've come in communication with. I'm like, hey, you need to add this, you know, just that one feature. And that could be 500 signups. I don't know if that's a lot to them. Probably not. I came up on that SEMrush when they went public. I bought it at $11 on like Robinhood, like before it went like IPO. And I sat on it for like 4 months or something, and it went up to like 32.
Nice.
I ditched it all. Yeah, that was cool. Thanks, SEMrush. Good looking out.
He says he's on SPP as well. He's just switched to it. Good man. Chris Boland, thanks again for the tips. No problem at all, Chris. Guys, we have approximately 7 minutes left. If you've got any cheeky last-minute questions you want to ask, please do put them in the chat. I know you all like to pile in late, but I've got a party to go to soon, so can't be hanging around for too long tonight. But I also, whilst we are waiting for some questions, just want to repeat about digitalunfiltered.com. 22nd to the 24th of August in Las Vegas, Caesars Palace. Tickets are still on sale. Hotel rooms are currently £99 per night up until, what's the date? The 20th of July?
22nd.
22nd of July. After that, it's going to be 400 and something a night. So take advantage of the discounted rate we've been able to negotiate for your hotel rooms, guys. Get booked early. And yeah, we want to try and put on a great event. So we've got some great speakers and all that kind of stuff. So
oh yeah,
go to Digital Unfiltered, check it out. Should be a good one. Honey, best niche for rank and rent model.
I really do rank and rent. I'm not the best to ask for that specifically. And if there was something really, really good, would somebody give it up? You know, I do more lead gen than I do rank and rent. You know?
I think, I don't want to say it, but I think rank and rent's a mug's game. I I think you could get a lot more out of it in your favour as the SEO from doing lead gen.
Yes.
That, you know, how you're going to get scale on a rank and rent website. You can't keep going to the guy that's renting it from you and upping his budget by £100 every month. He's going to tell you where to go. So I think you're setting up for failure right from the get-go with that. So that's just my opinion, though. And no problem, Mukesh. I will enjoy the party. Should be a good one. We tried to blag some free pass. Here's one, Chris, right? Here's one. Talking about affiliate. So these chicks come up to us and hand us a flyer. And the flyer says, if you come down to this booth, fill out the form on your phone, which is basically collecting our contact details, we will give you VIP access to the party tonight. So we walk down. The guy comes up to us. He's like, what do you want? We're like, we want these free passes. Like, where are they? You fill out the form. Yeah. Form. He hands us a business card and says, I'll jump on a call with you next week. And we're like, no, dude, where's the free tickets for the party? And like 4 chicks come over. And he just walked away and left us. And we were standing there, me and Mark McShane. And we're like, dude, you've just walked over. And they got their fucking free passes, no problem at all.
Of course.
And the guy came back up to us and we're like, dude, where's the passes? He went, oh no, the passes are only for big time affiliates. And I'm like, I could have been a big time affiliate. You don't know that.
Yeah, how do you know?
Yeah, that's what happened to us there. So yeah, we didn't get tickets to the good party. We have to go to the peasant bar. But that'll be fun.
Peasant part.
I will try and remember, Randy. I paid for all these pints anyway. Believe you me. Mark McShane has not spent a fucking dollar out here. But, Dean, do you feel like companies shy away from contracts? Is it important to get people in contracts for long-term recurring revenue? What's your thoughts on this?
I like the contract for some level of protection, only for, the terms of service. See, if for some reason they do decide to back out, I want to be able to protect myself. But is that going to definitely lock them in for long term? Not necessarily. And usually the client will guide like what they're comfortable with. I've tried all different types of models. Usually during that initial success call or intake call, you'll be able to come to the realization, hey, is this going to be monthly, quarterly, yearly? I don't think they like the contract, but you want to at least seem official though, so that's up to you, man. That's completely up to you, which level, but make sure you have the refund terms of service and make sure you get their signature and it's clear and evident, the refund policy in terms of service, and you have their signature. That I would make sure of. Make sure it's very clear if, whatever happens, this is how it's going to go. And it's in writing. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, cover your ass, guys.
Yep, cover your butt. That's it.
Girls win the day, says Randy, referring to the free passes to that event. And Mukesh just laughs. So he probably gets it. He was in Dubai, and all the sexy ladies get into the party, and all the Scottish guys get left to the sides. That's just how life works.
That's how it goes.
We tried. But it was fun. It was funny to see it. But I'm not going to hold guys any longer. The questions were slower today, but there was enough of them to keep going. So, thank you for the questions, folks. And we will catch you guys at the same time next week. Just remember to check out 38 Digital Market. Link is below for press releases. Also, do check out Mr. Chris Palmer on YouTube and wherever else he may be. And I'm going to have one last little plug of digitalunfiltered.com, an event we're having in 5 or 6 weeks' time over in Vegas. Yep. So check that out as well, guys. And we'll catch you all same time next week.
See you next week. Thank you,
Same
Craig.
way.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.